When we hear ancient Greece, what comes to mind? Freedom, philosophy, the forum, the birthplace of democracy, right? Now let's dive into some shocking details. A woman in Athens was a part of the property. She could only dispose of her clothes and some jewelry, the cost of which was no more than 1 metamon, about 52 kilograms of grain. She was controlled by her kyrios, her guardian. First it was her father, then her husband, and after the husband's death, her own eldest son or brother. In the Athenian court archives, where the speeches of great orators like Demosthenes are recorded, you will never discover women presenting themselves in public. They were always represented by a man and were always referred to only as the daughter of Charism or the wife of Socrates, so that their name would not tarnish the public sphere. Remember, if a woman in Athens was called by her name like the famous Phryne, it almost always meant one thing: she was not respectable, she was public, and she did not have a permanent owner. A respectable Athenian woman was silent and nameless. She was a shadow of her husband. Demosthenes in the 4th century BC summarized gender relations with cynical candor. We have concubines for physical service, wives to bear us legitimate children and to be faithful guardians of our homes, and heterae for pleasure and for the soul. These are the 3 categories of women in ancient Greece. Wife, Gyne, keeper of the house, mother of heirs, never interacting with men apart from her husband and her sons, and sometimes with slaves, but only in the presence of a male household member. She is strictly isolated and always under the husband's control. Slave, Dule, for housework, caring for her master, and physical intercourse with him. She is property. She was chosen and purchased specifically for this purpose. Heterae, for pleasant companionship, for the intellect and the soul. She is the only free, educated woman in ancient Greece. The only one who could participate in intellectual conversations, symposia with men, for example, the famous Aspasia, companion of Pericles. Hetera could be influential and wealthy, but they were forbidden to marry. The man of ancient Greece could not get everything in one package. He needed 3 different social roles to satisfy his needs: inheritance, physical labor, and intellectual companionship. Was it freedom, or was it merely a more complex form of subjugation? Write your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.